Hello and welcome back to Georgesgamingguide. Today I'm going to be doing the build and review of the Mandalorian Fang Fighter vs TIE Interceptor, set number 75348, and this is made out of 957 pieces. Now this set does include 4 minifigures, 2 of them are unique. They are an Imperial TIE Fighter / Interceptor pilot and an astromech droid R2-E6. The other 2 minifigures included in this set are the Mandalorian and a Mandalorian Fleet Commander, and the Fang Fighter measures over 1.5 inches or 4 centimeters high, 10 inches or 26 centimeters long, and 9 inches or 24 centimeters wide. So on the front here you can see the 2 models with the 4 minifigures along the bottom, and then on the back we have another picture of each of them, and then it shows how the Interceptor opens up, and then it shows the cockpit of the Fang Fighter, and then some other details of the model, including the bolt shooters that Lego quite likes to use, which I do think is quite nice. And yeah, so overall I think that this is a really nice set, and I think that this is going to look brilliant, when it is built. So without further ado, let's start the build. So let's have a look at the minifigures. So first of all we have the Mandalorian Fleet Commander. So as you can see, he's in the rather generic dark blue and light blue Mandalorian armor, with obviously the Beskar silver details, I guess you could call it. And then he's got his rank on his top left of his chest plate, and then he's just got some details on his knees and then details for a belt on his torso. He's got details for the markings of his chest plate, and then obviously for the curves in his helmet. He has got a gun and a jetpack on his back, and then he does also come with this hairpiece as well. So next we have the classic Mandalorian minifigure. So he comes with obviously in his classic brown and silver Beskar armour. So he's got that brown sachet that goes from his left shoulder to his right hand side waist, and then he's got lots of details going from his knees right the way to his head with the curvature of his helmet. And then obviously he's got all the details of his chest plate, the darksaber he's got in his hands, the detailing on his arms, and then also the jetpack on his back. Next we have the Imperial TIE / Interceptor pilot. Oh, TIE Fighter / TIE Interceptor pilot, sorry. So this is actually quite a nice minifigure. So this is one of the more old-fashioned ones, which I do like. So obviously this is a new set, but they've gone back with the 2 Imperial marks on the top of the helmet, which I think looks really nice. And then like the others, he's got lots of markings from the knees right the way to the top of his head, with lots of different curves and different parts of the armour on his chest. to all the nice intricate details on his helmet. He has got a small pistol, and then on his back he's just got some more detailing with his armour and suit. And then last we have the astromech droid R2E6. So he's a completely black astromech droid with some detailing for obviously all of his control panels and sensors and whatnot. So there are printing right the way around his head, and then on the front of the astromech's body. And yeah, so overall I think that these are very nice minifigures for the set, but without further ado, let's have a look at the Mandalorian Fang Fighter. So now I've gone over the minifigures, let's have a look at one of the main models. So this is the Mandalorian Fang Fighter, and to be honest, I think that this is a really cool looking model. I think that it works really well. I think that the like slick look of it is really nice, and that the curves have been like worked out perfectly. And I think that this is a very nice model. So as you can see, we've got some grey detailing on both sides. We have two guns on top with the bolt shooters on the bottom. Now as you can see, these do come off very easily. So do be quite careful about these, because it is literally one stub that's holding it in, and that's it. And then you have got the bolt shooters on the bottom, as I said. Then there are 3 engines on the back. Now ones on the outside are built up a little bit more, but there's still 3 engines nonetheless. And then on the inside, we have a cockpit, which is like printed pieces. Then we have a printed control panel with a seat, like a steering controls, and then like some blue towel pieces. I think this is really nice. They've been very creative, some of the pieces they've used. Like for example, they've used some of their like Beskar pieces for like some added like darkness detail in it, which works really well. And then there's lots of different curved pieces up and down the model, just to give it that nice slick look. Even on the bottom, the model does actually look quite nice. And something that I have noticed is that the guns are actually in line, because I do find it quite annoying where you'll have like made guns that obviously don't shoot the bolts, and then the bolts will be like to the right of it or something, and I do find that very annoying. So it is very nice that these are lined up, and I think that they have done really, really well on this part of the model. And yeah, so overall I think that the Mandalorian Fang Fighter looks really nice, but without further ado, let's have a look at the TIE Interceptor. So finally we have the TIE Interceptor, and to be perfectly honest, the shape of this I think is cooler looking than the Fang Fighter, but I do not like how this sits on my table. So as you can see, it does rock quite a bit, and then if I just tap the front of this, it goes down like that. But then if obviously it can like rock back and forth if it's not quite going over. But when I put this down, it doesn't feel very stable at all. I mean, I know it's not going to fall over, but it's just that little bit in the back of my mind that's like, this could go. So that is quite frustrating actually. I'm a bit annoyed it's designed that like that, because it's literally just the edge of the plates is the only thing keeping it on the table. And I understand why Lego's done that for the like shape of it, but I really don't like that. That is really, like, even if I just don't touch it, you can see it rocking. So that is quite annoying. But the shape of the model is really, really nice. So as you can see, we've got the wings here. They honestly look a little bit like the Fang Fighter, to be honest with you, on the wing, which I do think is pretty cool. But yeah, so obviously identical wings. And then the cockpit, there is the glass at the top, printed bit at the very top. Then we've got just the back of it, and then we've got like the very bottom of it with some bolt shooters, as you can see. So you can open the top and front of this up, just to show you where the pilot can sit, and a control panel. And overall, this is quite a nice model. Now, this is another issue, which is what I actually said that I found was good in the Fang Fighter, where the bolt shooters were right underneath the guns, was obviously in the films they blast from here, so it is quite a substantial difference, and that is quite annoying, to be honest with you. But it's not like a massive thing, but I feel like it just could have been designed a little bit better. I do understand it to make it look really, really thin, but I think it almost looks too thin, to be honest with you. But overall, this is a really, really nice model. A little bit of a pain to build with these supports in the middle, just because of some of the techniques in it, and then trying to get some of the plates in. But other than that, this is a rather nice model, actually, and I think that LEGO has done quite a good job on it. And yeah, so overall I would recommend this set, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts about it, and also make sure you watch out for this Sunday's video, which is going to be my build and review of the 2023 Republic gunship.